Hi, I'm Stephen Parsons. I graduated from UK in 2016 with degrees in Computer Science and International Studies, and right now I'm a staff researcher on the Digital Restoration Initiative. So I worked for a year or two as an undergraduate, and then I graduated and went and worked full-time elsewhere, and now I'm back. I'm a staff researcher on the team. So I do full-time research on our technology. Last year we took the undergraduate team to Oxford, England, and some places nearby, and got to see a lot of the people we work with there and some of what the work is like. And then twice last year I got to go travel to Italy for actual work projects. So one of those was to Naples, where we were collaborating with the library there and learning about their collection. And then I went back a few months later to Bari, Italy, which is a small town, and met some people from the library in Naples who had brought over some materials, and we performed a CT scan there. I'm working on trying to use machine learning to help us. There are some problems where after we've CT scanned a scroll, in some cases you can see the ink pretty clearly in the scan, and in others you can't. There's a type of ink called iron gall that is common in a lot of medieval manuscripts, where the ink actually has iron filings in the liquid. In a CT scan, since it has metal in it, it actually shows up as a denser material than the paper it's written on. What we're finding is that the Herculaneum scrolls, for example, are written in carbon ink, and then they're written on papyrus, which itself was carbonized when Vesuvius erupted. And so it's black carbon ink made out of ash, written on papyrus that's now basically been turned into black ashy material, right? So the ink and the papyrus are essentially the same thing as far as what they look like to a CT scanner. We're looking with such high resolution that we're trying to find the thickness of the deposit of ink on the surface of the papyrus and how the shape actually changes. So we're looking so closely that the sort of texture on the surface of the material is different where there's ink from where there's not ink, and that's how we're hoping we'll be able to find it. So I'm trying to use machine learning to be able to learn the pattern so that the computer can tell us where the ink is and sort of reveal the characters so we can read them. I'm trying to pull in other research to help solve that. There's some really similar problems in medicine that people are handling with medical CT scans and scans of the neurons in a brain. While we haven't been able to apply that to the real scrolls yet, we've had really successful experiments with some of our phantom scrolls, which are scrolls that we make ourselves in the lab that we know where the text is on them, so when we scan them, we know what we're looking for. And our technique showed for the first time that we can actually recover the carbon ink writing on a material like that. And so we're kind of right on the cusp, and it's my job now to help us get over the hump. That is challenging, of course, but it's pretty exciting right now. There have been a couple of cases where I've been the first human being to look at some characters that another human wrote down 2,000 years ago. And I get to sit there with that text on my computer screen and be the first one to have ever seen that in all those years before we share it, and that's pretty exciting. I had a really special time at UK as an undergraduate, and I was able to sort of make UK, which is a really big campus, feel small in a number of ways for me. That made it a really special experience, and I've taken a lot of pride since then in sort of having come from UK and representing the university in my hometown. That made it easy for me to want to come back. In my opinion, UK is one of the better places to get involved with research. If you try something out and you don't like it, there are a million other opportunities and different people to get to know and different projects to work on. Being on a big campus with so many things going on gave me the opportunity to sort of find what works for me and really just explore that, and it made it really fulfilling for me.